Vaccine rollouts for students in Denton. More on that later in the show.
A recall is in effect for this aromatherapy product. Stay tuned. And a Texas nurse has been sent to death row.
Broadcasting live from the University of North Texas, this is ntTV Nightly News.
Thanks for joining us on ntTV Nightly News. I'm Alyssa Weems.
And I'm Michaela Goose.
Walmart is recalling an aromatherapy room spray that is linked to 4 cases of a rare tropical disease. 2 of those were fatal. The product was pulled off the shelves last week. It is called Better Homes and Gardens Lavender and Chamomile Essential Oil Infused Aromatherapy Room Spray with Gemstones. The CDC confirmed that the deadly bacteria that causes a disease known as Whitmore's disease was present. Investigators are looking into more scents that could possibly contain the bacteria. The product was sold in stores in 18 different states and on Walmart's website. If you have this product or other scents, the CDC recommends double bagging it and returning it to your nearest Walmart. Walmart is offering a refund and a $20 gift card for its return. Well, Michaela, Halloween is quickly approaching. What are you thinking of dressing up as? I, obviously, am going to be Anchorman, but I hope it's not too hot in my suit. Our weather anchor, Jasmine Carrillo, can give us the answer. What's the weather looking like so far, Jasmine?
Well, Michaela, Halloween is not the only chill you'll feel this week. Temperatures this week are finally dropping, just in time for the spookiest time of the year. Taking a first look at our current conditions, we are sitting at a nice, cool 66 degrees with cloudy skies and wind speeds of 30 miles per hour northwest bound. Getting into tonight's conditions, we are cooling it down a little bit, sitting right at that cool 56 degrees with wind speeds again of 30 miles per hour with partly cloudy skies. Getting into tomorrow's conditions, we are heating up just a bit, but not too much, with temperatures at 69 degrees and wind speeds of 45 miles per hour westbound. That's all for your first look. Back to y'all at the desk.
Thanks, Jasmine. Children across the United States ages 5 to 11 will soon be eligible for the COVID-19 vaccine. ntTV's Camille Ryan is at the DISD headquarters with more. Camille?
Thanks, Alyssa. Well, the FDA panel accepted Pfizer's vaccine for children between the ages 5 to 11. Denton ISD is ready to work with the Denton County Health Services to administer the shots. But at this moment, they are not aware of a plan to use the clinics on campus to administer the vaccines. Now, a dose of Pfizer for young children contains 1/3 the amount of active ingredients compared to the adult dose. Children would receive a second dose 21 days or more after they received their first. We are following this story and we'll be in touch with Denton ISD and keep you updated. Now, with children being vaccinated, we are one step closer to herd immunity. Health Minute's Mandy Gaither has more.
It's the COVID-19 protection many parents have been waiting for.
This concludes the vote.
The first hurdle has been cleared on the path toward authorizing COVID-19 vaccines for children ages 5 to 11. And the time to talk about the vaccine with your children is before the shot.
A lot of times they get really revved up and heightened about the unknown of how bad it could be.
Therapist Jody Baumstein with Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Strong for Life says for most kids, the conversation should come a few days before the vaccination, so there's not a long period of time to worry about it.
As much as possible, try to connect it to what they already know, which is that they've had vaccines before and they've gotten through it.
Baumstein says parents should be careful not to pass their own anxiety to their child. Prepare them, but stay away from words like shot or poke, which can cause fear in some.
So you can talk to them about how they might feel some pressure when the vaccine goes into their arm, helping to describe it, but keeping it as simple and straightforward as possible.
Finally, Baumstein says talk about vaccination anxiety. First, help them to know the cues, what happens when they feel anxious. Then practice ways to cope ahead of time. That could be holding on to a favorite stuffed animal for comfort, listening to music, practicing mindfulness, or deep breathing. And make sure they know why they're getting vaccinated.
Reminding them that this is a way that we can keep themselves and we can keep other people safe.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Baumstein says parents should listen to their children's concerns and feelings about the vaccines and to let them know it's totally okay to feel worried or scared. That's all I have right now. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Cammie. If you're worried about losing your COVID-19 vaccination card, do not fret. Apple users are now able to electronically store their COVID-19 vaccine and test information. The documents can be digitally signed by providers and stored on the Health app. The platform also allows you to upload your vaccine card using the Apple Wallet feature. This new update is available for iPhone and iPod Touch devices that are running on iOS 15.
Halloween is just around the corner and I'm so excited to eat tons of candy. Personally, my favorite candy is Kit Kat, but have you ever wondered what's the nation's favorite candy? This interactive map shows the most popular Halloween candy in every state in 2021. The company behind the map, CandyStore.com, states that it used 14 years worth of data to build the map. If you take a look here, Texas is a big fan of Starburst, while California and Florida love Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. The sweet then sour candy Sour Patch Kids is loved by residents of Alaska and New York. You can access this map on CandyStore.com. Well, I know I'm definitely going to be eating my weight in candy this year. Michaela, what is your favorite Halloween candy?
Oh, for me, I would have to say Hershey's dark chocolate, just because I don't really like the super sweet stuff. But our live shot anchor, Madison, is out at a fun place right now to tell us more. Madison?
With Halloween just a few days away, many people are starting to buy Halloween treats. Today I'm here at Candy Haven in Denton, where you can do just that and more. Across the U.S., there is a large variety and favorite Halloween candies. Here in Texas, the #1 candy is Starburst, with Reese's being #2 and Sour Patch Kids after that. Across the nation, the most popular candy appears to be Reese's, and least popular is Double Bubblegum, which is Montana's #1 Halloween candy. Today I'm here with Barbie, who is an employee here at Candy Haven. Barbie, what would you say what type of desserts do you guys sell here?
Here at Candy Haven, we do a pretty wide variety of different cakes, cupcakes, we do brownies. If you want something covered in chocolate, we're the place to go. As well as, king cakes, which are special for Mardi Gras. It's strange.
And then what would you say is the public's favorite dessert?
Definitely going to be one of our pecan candies. It's one of our homemade items that we do up front.
Oh yes, well I'm actually ahead of the game. I got one of the pecan candies, so y'all should definitely go and try it out here. This place is located about 5 minutes from campus going towards Buc-ee's, 301 north of I-35, so definitely go and check it out. Back to y'all at the desk.
Thanks, Madison. Up next, we have an update involving the ongoing investigation into the deadly shooting on a Hollywood film set.
And a Tyler jury announces their decision in a death sentence hearing. Stay with us for more.
What led to the deadly incident on the set of the movie Rust is slowly unfolding. Britt Conway has an update about what might have gone wrong.
A Western drama, the story of the aftermath of an accidental shooting, now all too real.
We need help immediately.
Actor Alec Baldwin fired what he thought was an unloaded gun. Instead, cinematographer Helena Hutchins was killed as she was setting up the camera shot, and Joel Souza, the film's director, was wounded. The investigation is focused on ballistics now. What kind of rounds were used, and who loaded the gun? Court documents show there was ammunition on the set, in boxes, loose on a tray, and in a fanny pack, along with several spent casings and 3 revolvers. Whether they were live blanks or dummy rounds isn't clear. But District Attorney Mary Carmack Altweiss says, quote, "There were an enormous amount of bullets on this set, and we need to find out what kinds they were." Her office says criminal charges aren't being ruled out. One seasoned Hollywood prop master says he didn't want to work on the movie because he was asked to take on 2 jobs, one as an armorer and another as an assistant prop master.
That premise is flawed. It's just an awful lot of landscape for even a seasoned professional to cover. If you're loading a gun, you're right up next to the camera. If you're an assistant key prop master, then you're in the background.
Another longtime prop master questions the gun's chain of custody.
It only goes between the armorer and the actor, and it's a very regulated process.
Or at least industry experts say it should have been. I'm Britt Conway reporting.
Late this afternoon, a jury in Tyler sentenced a former Texas nurse to death. 37-year-old William George Davis has been convicted of killing 4 patients by injecting air into their arteries after undergoing heart surgery. The murders occurred in 2017 and 2018. According to testimony, Davis would find ways to prolong the stay of patients in the hospital so he could have more overtime and earn more money. Under Texas law, his death sentence will automatically be appealed.
Texas is headed to federal court. The state is being sued over the newly redrawn congressional voting districts. Voting rights advocates say the new maps neutralized the growth in districts across the state that showed an extensive increase in the minority population. The map was drawn up by the Republican-controlled legislature and signed earlier this week by Governor Abbott, effective ensuring continued GOP control.
Well, to be honest with you, Alyssa, the only map I care about right now is that weather map and what it means for Halloween. What about you?
Same with me. I'm just hoping for a warm day for Halloween. Please, Jasmine, please. What do you have for us?
Thanks, Alyssa. A major storm has devastated the Northeast. Uprooted trees, boats grounded away from the water, and structure damaged were left behind in the aftermath of the storm.
We never thought something like this would happen to our house.
It's what many homeowners are saying waking up this morning after gusty winds ripped through southern New England.
Our windows were open. We were listening to it. About 5:30, we heard a loud boom.
A rude awakening for Mark and Jean Lamb, who live just behind Oaklawn Avenue in Cranston.
We came outside with a flashlight and saw that this tree had fallen on our roof.
It was their neighbor's tree that had uprooted and toppled over onto their home.
We don't know. We think the roof, and there's water going into the attic. It hasn't seeped through, but you can see it going down the side.
A sign that was common to see driving through the state this morning. Downed branches blocking roads on Cleveland Avenue. In Pawtucket, power outages striking a blackout for multiple streets in the city. And over in Massachusetts, as we cross the state line on Taunton Avenue, more congestion. Emergency crews directing traffic around fallen trees that blanketed main roadways. Utility crews now working around the clock to restore power to thousands, and homeowners are assessing storm damage.
It's unfortunate, and it's just another task that we have to take care of.
The nor'easter is expected to continue through tonight. Thankfully, our weather forecast is much more mild. Let's go ahead and take a look at our current conditions across North Texas. As you can see, we are well situated well into the 60s, a lot of those cooler temperatures that we were talking about earlier. Looking at your current conditions across the state, you can see that it's kind of continuing on through here. 68 for El Paso, 77 for a high with Houston, and the low for Oklahoma City at 56. Looking at your 7-day forecast over here, you can see we do have sunny skies, but those temperatures are well into the 60s. Halloween, you have beautiful temperatures headed for 77 degrees with a low of 52. Not too worried about it being cold. Early next week, you can expect a small chance of showers for the beginning of your week. That's all for your weather forecast. Back to y'all at the desk.
Halloween is only 4 days away, but you can celebrate earlier this year.
A local Halloween celebration is starting tonight, and I hear it'll be loads of fun with games, candy, and more. We'll give you the details when we come back. Much like many people, I can't wait until Sunday to get my spook on, but maybe you don't have to.
Tonight is Denton's Trunk or Treat, and ntTV's Taylor Davis is getting in the spirit.
Thanks, guys. Now I'm here at the Trunk or Treat, and I am definitely feeling the Halloween spirit. As you can see, everyone of all ages are having a spooky time, including myself. I'm here with Jessie, the team leader, and she's going to tell me a little bit about this event. So what is this event?
Okay, so you guys are at the Trunk or Treat, the annual Trunk or Treat at Keller Williams Realty. We do it every single year. It's a totally free event that they've been doing for, maybe 25 years. We've been doing it for 25 years. That's a guess. I'm sticking to it. And all we do is we hang out, we have food, it's a regular trunk or treat, and we'll hang out until about 7 o'clock and have fun. That's it.
Well, that is great. This event is definitely a kicker. I have a very serious question. Yeah. What is your favorite Halloween candy?
Haribo Gold Bears. Anything else means you're poor and broke.
I agree. I definitely agree. Yeah. Well, that's all I have for you guys tonight, and we're about to go Monster Mash our night away. Back to y'all at the desk.
We did. Thanks, Taylor. The murals in Denton have always been a major part of artistic expression in the area for local artists to showcase their talents.
That's right, Michaela. And here to tell us more about the murals and the people behind these works of this art is ntTV anchor Andrea Valdez. Andrea?
When taking a trip to Denton, visitors will notice the colorful and eye-catching murals meant to draw the attention of those who pass by.
Art is cool in and of itself, but I feel like what really makes art cool is how it affects people, because people are ultimately like the cool connection, and so I feel like when there's art that just affects people in such deep ways, that always has a really strong impact on my memory.
Dan Black is a local artist who has lived in Denton for 8 years and has been doing art professionally for 13 years, working on murals around the area.
Some of the more recent murals that we've done around Denton is at Vortman's, at Neon South, Foundations of Our History mural, and Square 9 Apartments.
Black explains that his pieces are often commissioned in collaboration with local businesses and community organizations with a certain vision in mind to tell a story, even incorporating community members into his pieces.
When you're painting someone who lives in that neighborhood, you know, their friends, their family are stopping by and talking to you about them, and so they're kind of like two different types of mural that are fun for different reasons.
With every wall telling a story, the murals have always been a part of the North Texas culture, which Black says will continue to grow, bringing more young artists to contribute their talent to the region.
You know, Denton brings a lot of young artists into this town to go to school, to learn, to like grow in their craft, and that's awesome. So I'd really encourage students to get their art outside of the campus environment and into the community. And kind of see how fun it is to like impact the town, you know, while you're living here.
Black plans to do more murals in the area pretty soon, so make sure to be on the lookout for his newest works. Back to y'all at the desk.
Thanks, Andrea. So I'm not going to lie, I haven't been keeping up with the World Series, but I hear it's getting intense.
Yeah, so do I, and I'm not a big baseball fan, but the Braves all the way. What about you, Sebastian?
I have to go with the Braves too. I really don't feel like giving the Astros anything, especially after the... Well, coming up after the break, we'll talk more about the World Series. Plus, we'll learn more about the Mavericks, then high school football, and UNT hockey. Last night, the Dallas Mavericks opened their home campaign with a victory after beating the Houston Rockets 116-106. The Mavericks came into the season looking to improve their home record from last year, going 21-15 at the AAC. Luka Doncic led the way last night, putting in 26 points, 14 rebounds, and finished just 3 assists short of another triple-double with 7 on the night. Doncic also received help from Tim Hardaway Jr. and Reggie Bullock, who each put in 16 points. Rockets rookie and second overall pick Jalen Green struggled shooting the ball as he finished just 4 of 16 with 10 points. The Mavericks' next game will be Thursday night at 7:30 back at home versus the San Antonio Spurs. Game 1 of the World Series took place last night between the Houston Astros and the Atlanta Braves. Houston is making their third appearance in the World Series in the last 5 seasons, while the Braves are making their first appearance since 1999. Braves starter Charlie Morton was only able to finish 2 1/3 of an inning after fracturing his right leg on a comebacker from Astros first baseman Yulieski Gurriel. But that didn't deter the Braves, as the Braves bullpen finished the next 7 innings strong behind home runs by Jorge Soler and Adam Duvall to finish Game 1 with a 6-2 win. Game 2 will be tonight at 7:09 with the Braves' Max Fried and the Astros' Jose Urquidy set to duel on the mound. With this weekend being the penultimate week of the high school football season, many teams are looking to finish the season strong. Denton High School is looking to pull off an upset against a strong 6-2 Frisco Wakeland team, fresh off a win versus Frisco Reedy. Then Ryan is looking to stay undefeated in district play and earn at least a share of a district title when they take on Frisco Independence Knights on Friday night at the Collins Complex in Denton. Denton Geyer is looking to keep up with district leaders Allen when they host the Little Elm Lobos Thursday night at the Collins Complex in Denton, Texas. Finally, UNT's Mean Green hockey team is back on the ice in a big way after no season last year because of the pandemic. ntTV's Gabby Carden talked with players about the intensity of the sport for the players and for the fans.
With practices past 9 p.m. twice a week and weekends packed with games, the Mean Green hockey team strives to find a balance between the sport and school.
They're not just a stereotypical hockey player. They're here to, get an education, and that's their first mindset, which is great. Hockey player is second for them, and their good nature comes first. So,
like any other sport, hockey has its risks when it comes to game time.
You have a weapon in your hand, a stick, so a lot of things can happen with that. A lot of cheap shots happen with that, so the guys get angry. I mean, it's a fast game. There's other fast games too, like I said, rugby, football, and all this, but this is the only one where you're trapped in between boards. So you're going 20 miles an hour and you're gonna hit a board, and it's gonna make a noise. People are gonna hurt themselves, and I think that's a different aspect.
While their home games for the season have ended, they will wrap up their final games outside of Texas.
We're streaming on YouTube as many games as we can. I don't think we'll get the guys out for the big road trip to Missouri and Arkansas, but everything else should be on YouTube. It's under UNT Hockey. You can also watch old games there that were previously streamed, and tickets also are free, just like the YouTube channel.
They currently have 5 wins and 4 losses and are looking to finish strong in their final games. I'm Gabby Cardin, reporting for North Texas Television.
That's all I have for sports. Back to y'all at the desk.
Thanks, Sebastian. Alyssa, what's your favorite part of Halloween?
Honestly, I'm gonna have to say the candy. I just love having it, and I think it's the best part of Halloween.
Well, these teens are giving us pumpkin to talk about. Known as the annual pumpkin roll, high schoolers take on this very disliked tradition just days before Halloween. Started out as a prank in 1967, students use a dump truck to unload the pumpkins on the top of a hill leading down to the Chagrin Falls main street. As you can see, many residents aren't exactly happy with the event. Police will give organizers a ticket for illegal dumping, but students raise money to pay that fine and to clean up the mess. I'm not gonna lie to you, Alyssa, it seems a lot like something I would do.
And it sounds like something I would yell at you for.
There we go. Thanks for watching ntTV Nightly News.
Join us again tomorrow night at 6 here on North Texas Television.